We are honored to have a distinguished speaker and one of our own bring tonight's keynote address. He has a long string of accomplishments, including, but not limited to, because we don't have all night, world champion, Commonwealth champion, multiple Olympic medalist, who can forget the famous Pupalik, Goodwill Games champion, two-time Pan American champion, two-time Central and America champion, five-time Jamaica national champion, 13-time All-American honors. In 1997, he was inducted in the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame. In 2001, he was inducted in the George Mason University Hall of Fame. And he is the 1999-2000 Carrera Sports Foundation Male Athlete of the Year. The Excelsior High School alum utilizes his vast athletic and academic experience and knowledge to assist individuals in achieving their highest career potential. Our guest speaker holds a PhD in business management from North Central University. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Dr. Gregory Horton.
Good evening, coaches, athletes, administrators, and guests. I must say a special thanks to Coach David Riley for extending this invitation. My brother, this invitation is greatly appreciated. It is an immense honor to be given the opportunity to speak here to acknowledge all the awardees tonight. They truly deserve this recognition. Today, it is my pleasure to wish the coaches my most sincere congratulations for the hard work and sacrifices they have made to advance their athletes, the affiliated administration, your family, and your country. I, Dr. Gregory Horton, take my hat off and salute you. To the sponsors who have invested their money to ensure that both athletes and esteemed coaches are provided with the needed resources to make their dream a reality. Today, I am sure you are feeling overjoyed to know that your investments have made a difference in the lives of so many. And I am sure your contributions are cherished. So keep the support coming. The coaches need it. To the physical therapists and weight trainers who work closely with the coaches, lending your expertise to ensure that these athletes are healthy and ready to produce great performances. I must say your acknowledgement is cemented in all the great achievements for the world to see. Again, I take my hat off and salute the coaches who are here to be recognized for the accomplishments tonight. You have worked tirelessly and diligently to make this day a reality. You have earned it. You have sacrificed sleep. You have sacrificed your time. You have sacrificed being away from your families, all in an effort to make your dream a reality. Coaches, I was looking forward to talking to more of you face to face. But today is your day, and by right, your hard work and commitment to your athletes and your country is being recognized here tonight. Only you know the challenges you have faced to get here, to be able to collect some of these awards. No one knows the rivers you had to cross, the mountains you had to climb, and even the insults you had to endure to get to where you currently are today. You see, believe me, I am aware of the indispensable value of a true coach. And when I look back at my time as an athlete, I wished and I used to pray that I had a coach who was able to teach me some of the things that I needed to know to be a great athlete. Now, I am going to share a story with you, and I hope the coaches who are here tonight, that they will open their minds and they will get the message from what I am trying to share here tonight. Believe it or not, the fourth time I tried out for my track team, my coach thought I was not good enough. And as a result of that, he made me try out in the rain. To make it worse, the field was wet and muddy. I did not have the proper running shoe, and as a result, that is why I had to run barefoot. And for those who know as well that for me, if I try to use my one pair of gator sneakers to run that time trial in and come home with some mud, my mother would have killed me. So while I was going through this situation in my mind as a 16-year-old athlete, I was saying to myself that this is just too much for me. And I started to tell myself that I don't think I wanted this opportunity that bad. But then I had an instant flashback of where I lived and where I wanted to be. You see, growing up in Seaview Gardens, I had to have a determined mindset to welcome challenges, even if I was not prepared. And therefore, racing against time barefoot on a muddy surface was something I had to do to prove to this coach that I deserved an opportunity. A minute, I thought about my mother, and then I thought about my siblings who were also in Seaview Garden facing dire poverty. And that inspired me to press on. I ran my heart out that day. I thought I did well. After the race, the coach came and said, "Youth man, you have potential." I was on the team only on a temporary basis. And even though I knew the coach did not want me out there, I showed up for practice every single day. Why did I show up for practice every single day? Because I was hungry for success. And I knew I had to be disciplined for the cause. I eventually convinced him I was an asset. And eventually I made the team. But soon I was put to the test again. I was summoned to compete in an event that I had no experience in. The coach was sure that I would underperform that day. And even though I didn't win the race that day, the outcome was very surprising to him, further proving him that he was wrong about me. And the history books is here to speak on behalf of myself. I gave you a little snapshot of my story to say that when I look at the function of a true coach, it is to build champions and not to break the spirit of the young athletes. Trust me, many youths would have crumbled and quit under the pressure, but no, not I. Coaches, wherever you are on your journey to greatness, please listen keenly. The primary responsibility of a true coach is to ensure that the athlete falls in love with the idea of becoming a champion first, long before the actual reality occurs. All true coaches know that as a man thinketh, so he doeth. Winning begins in the athlete's mind. With talent and good coaching, whatever the mind conceives and believes, it can be achieved. I remember as a 19-year-old, it was my first World Championship experience at Stuttgart. And I remember two of the guys that finished in the top 3 did not have the qualifying time. So fortunate for me, I was able to run for my country. And I remember after going through the first round, very tough, inexperienced, very nervous, not sure how to deal with success. And the head coach for the team, Mr. Mike Olivier, he was just encouraging me and supporting me throughout the ordeal. When I made it to the final and he saw the attention that I was getting, he brought me into his room and shut me off from both good and bad influence because he wanted me to focus on what was most important to me. So I'm just taking the time now to say thank you, Coach Mike Olivier, wherever you are in the world. You have helped in the development and the shaping of a champion. The second responsibility of a true coach is to help to build the confidence of the athletes. I said it earlier, and I will say it again. Not crushing the spirit of the youth is of utmost importance when building champions. All true coach should be understanding and patient with their athletes. This is the level where physical, emotional, and psychological development is needed the most. Now, 2 years after Stuttgart, I was much more stronger, much more emotionally stable, and much more psychologically ready to take on the world. So in 1995 in Sweden, I was one of the favorite to finish in the top 3. I remember I took it on with pleasure because I was at a phase in my life where I could do more for myself, my family, and my country. So I used to walk around all the time and try to hang out with coaches like Mr. Glenn Mills and Mr. Fitz Coleman, because I wanted to know all that they knew, because I knew that the difference between a winner and a loser was the information that you embrace and use it on the track. The third responsibility of a true coach is to help the athlete to keep a strong focus on the task or the event at hand. Mental strength and mental stamina is what separates good athletes from great athletes. And I can tell you, during my ordeal, especially in the 2000 Olympics, I was going through a lot. Yes, I was going through a lot. If you guys look at the race, you will see me punching my chest, because I was saying to myself, I am going to conquer this moment. This is my time. And I would do everything in order to achieve my goal. The fourth responsibility of a true coach is to keep the athlete motivated and inspired, transforming their aspirations into reality as they develop. I've always said that coaches are overwhelmed. And as a result of that, sometimes they are not able to do everything on their own. So they need to ensure that their athletes have mentors and psychologists who can help them to see the bigger picture. I believe that together we are better. And I know that sometimes we all want to take the victory lap by ourselves. And I'm saying here today, Coach Riley, I appreciate what you're doing, because with the body of coaches here and willing to work together, we can achieve a whole lot. I've said it over and over. The information that the coaches have today, it must be passed on to the grassroots coaches. Another responsibility of the coach is to make sure that the athletes do the right things the right way, at the right time, in the right sequence. Because when you talk to coaches like Frano, Stephen Francis, he's telling you that execution is everything. Another responsibility of the coach is to maintain a supportive and a professional relationship at all times when it comes to the athlete. And to deviate from this principle is very counterproductive and detrimental to the coach's reputation. Our young athletes are the future, so we must protect them, we must guide them, and we must ensure that they are kept healthy as humanly possible all the time. The athletes are counting on us, the elders, to pave the way and steer them in the right direction. If we fail, then we are leading this next generation off course. If the athletes are to develop to become successful in the sport, then their growth and development must be the ultimate priority. I will close by saying this today, that we can all agree that there is no great athlete without a great coach. Raw talent needs to be refined, and a great coach has a tool to make sure that the raw talent is sharpened like a double-edged sword, cutting through the wind with every great performance. So today, coaches, even though many of you are not here to hear what I have to say, I'm sure you'll see it on TVJ, because getting this information is vital to your growth and your development. So again, I just want to take my hat off and salute the coaches and let you know that we appreciate you, even though sometimes it seems like we don't care. But you too must play a vital role if Jamaica is to continue the dominance for the next 20 and 50 years. I thank you all for listening to me. I hope that we will continue to work together in every different capacity, because I've said it many a times. My aim is to pass on the information and the knowledge that I garnered over the years, because the last thing I would want to do is to transition into the next world with all the knowledge and information that I've garnered over the years. I thank you all for listening. May God continue to bless and keep you all safe.
Keep the applause going, ladies and gentlemen. You're never too old to learn, and they say even a child shall lead them. And I know what many of you knew Dr. Horton as a child, as an athlete, as a youngster, competing for his family, his country, his school, and so on. So thank you very much, Dr. Horton, for such an inspirational address, and I can guarantee you that one TVJ will ensure that some of the coaches who are not here will at least get to hear some of what you had to say. So thank you.